Hello, YouTube. I had a couple questions from a couple subs about the electronic cigarettes and kind of wanting a little more information and my, like where I started. So this right here, what you see in front of you, is what I started with. I went to a local shop that's here where I live, and there's advantages and disadvantages to going into a local shop. The disadvantages are you're going to pay a lot more for your items than you will if you get them online. The advantage is it's convenient. It's right there. If you run low on like your liquids or something like that, you don't have to wait for it to be shipped to you. You can just head down to the store and pick it up and you're good to go. The prices, again, are almost double what you'll pay online, and a store has a lot of overhead that they have to cover. Their employees, salaries, and insurance and space rent, all that stuff. So I mean, it's understandable. In order for them to make a profit, they're gonna have to charge more. So I went into a local shop. I already knew this. I already knew these things, going in, and I was fine with it. It was time. I had to quit when I quit. So this, without these juices, this right here was a starter kit that the local shop I went into offered. This tank right here, and I'll explain it here in a second, was an actual upgrade. It cost $3 more than the other tank that actually came with this. This tank is much better quality than the other one. Okay, what you see right here, this right here is a charger specifically for this particular battery. You cannot use any other charger on this battery from what I'm being told. It's a USB. I don't like the USB. I don't charge things through my computer. I prefer a wall outlet, which is fine because you can get these little adapters. This is actually for my camera I'm using right now. And the USB plugs here into the end, and then backwards, and then you just take it and plug it into the wall. That's how I prefer to charge anything that needs to be charged. I really don't use my computer for that. That's really not what they were designed for. So I think you get a better charge. So anyway, these three items right here were $55 for these three items. This tank was actually $3 more because it was an upgrade from what they give you. So that brings it to 58 bucks. Okay, if you were to get this right here online, you're going to be paying less than $35. No, I'm sorry. You're going to be paying about less than $40, somewhere probably between $30 and $40. These batteries at the store alone are $35. Plus, here where I live, we have real high tax. I'm in California. They're 35 bucks plus tax. You can find these online for about 25. I'm not sure how much this tank is in the store. It was the last one they had. I'm guessing probably around 12, 14, 15 bucks maybe. You can find these online for $5.99, $6.99 all day long. Sometimes quite a bit cheaper. Just depends. Websites do all kinds of little sales and coupons and discounts and stuff like that. So it really does pay to shop around. These chargers online I think are about $6 or $7. So move that out of the way. This battery here, I don't know if I can get my camera to focus. Focus. Okay, this battery right here is a Joyetech Ego C Twist. There are tons of Ego batteries. Ego is referring more to the particular style of battery than it is the brand. The brand is Joyetech. Joyetech's a good brand. One of the ways you'll know that it's Joyetech is by that logo there. And what this battery does, you can adjust this. The numbers are really hard to see. That's the one thing I really don't like about it. You can adjust this from 3.2 volts all the way up to 4.8 volts on this battery. Now, the difference between the 3.2 and the 4.8 is like the equivalent of smoking an ultralight cigarette would be around your 3.2, as opposed to the strongest non-filter you can find, which would be 4.8. You get that little burn in the back of your throat. In the e-cig lingo, they refer to that as TH, or throat hit. Everybody has, like their own preference. I really like these batteries. I've seen tons of reviews on these things, and they're a solid, good battery for a really super good price. They're not your very, very beginner, but they're not your most advanced either. They're kind of, they kind of fall in the middle. If you take care of these batteries, I don't see why you couldn't use these forever. I mean, not forever, but all rechargeable batteries are going to die, period. But what I mean is, some people really get into this and they spend a lot of money on what they call mods, which are very fancy batteries that are more adjustable, and they have all kinds of features in them. I'm not going to get into all that. I like things nice and simple and easy. If they're not simple and easy, I'm probably not going to do them. Okay, so that's the battery. Here's the tank. This tank, it's got a couple little scratches. I dropped it in the parking lot at work. This tank is called a Kanger EVOD. Kanger is the brand, EVOD is the model. You got your little clear windows here that you can see through. Okay, you unscrew the base, and you can see in there that center tube is, you don't want to get juice in that tube, because if you do, it'll run straight out of here. You want to keep it to the side. So when you were to take this and fill it, you'd fill it, at an angle like you're pouring a beer, and you could watch right here in the window and you watch your fluid fill up. This right here is the head for it. Well, here, let me unscrew this real quick. If you notice, this is just the little base that the head screws into. This right here is the head. Inside this head, again, I'm not focusing real well here. Inside this head, there is a coil that's wrapped around a wick. And when that coil, when you push the button on your battery, that coil gets hot and it vaporizes the juice. These coils do burn out. You can see the little wicks right there. These coils do burn out. I'm told they'll last approximately 3 weeks. I clean them really, really good, and I try to take as good a care of it as I possibly can. Again, there's tons of videos on YouTube that will show you how to maintain these. If you like to tinker with stuff, you can actually even rebuild the coils in these. That's too small. I can't. I wouldn't even attempt to deal with it. I don't have steady enough hands and good enough eyes to do that. At the store, these heads are $2.50 a piece. Online, you can find them, $1.75, $2, somewhere in there. You can actually buy 5 packs that are right around $8 for a 5-pack of these. You're gonna want at least one extra one to get started. Basically, what I have learned, and I learned this, a few hours after I got home from purchasing this, was my battery wasn't fully charged when I bought it. And I used it all the way home. In fact, when I walked out of that shop was the last time that I touched a cigarette. And I learned pretty quickly that when your battery dies, you're pretty much stuck, okay? So right off the bat, you're basically going to want 2 of everything that you get. Now, there are starter kits online for, they vary so much in price. For $80, you could get a top-notch starter kit. Some are more expensive. There are tons of them out there that are a lot less than that, just depending on which direction you want to go. So the next day, I went online and I ordered another battery. It's the same style of battery, same brand and everything. but I got a black tank to match my black battery and then a blue tank to match my blue battery. So the reason I got a blue one is because that's all they had at the shop. It was the last one. So this setup right here, which, you know, this is just the tank that's screwed onto the battery. This right here with an extra head came to $34. And that's shipping, handling, everything delivered to my door. Very big difference than, you know, the price of this with the charger for 55 bucks. I could have thrown in a charger for probably $7 more, so it would have been, you know, 40 bucks, $41 basically for this. So that's what I'm getting at when I say you're gonna pay double if you go into a store. So I ended up getting another battery. That way I always have a fully charged battery. These batteries are 1,000 milliamps, which means the higher the milliamp number, the longer the battery is going to last. The milliamp is mAh, which is referred to as mAh. They do make these smaller. They make them in a 650 mAh, and I believe the 1,000. I know they have other ones that aren't adjustable, that can be in different ranges, like a 900 and a 1100, I believe. I like the bigger battery. This battery will last me for 10 hours, and I use it a lot. Again, I was a real heavy smoker. I use them a lot. They'll last a solid 10 hours, no problem. So now I have two. I'm set there, good to go. Another advantage to having a local store is that normally they'll let you sample the flavors of juices that they carry. That's awesome because you can discover what you like. You know, you can take a few drags on an electronic cigarette and see if this is, you know, up your alley, if it's something that you want to pursue. At my local store, these bottles are $11 a piece. They're 12 milliliter bottles. The website I was talking about yesterday, these bottles are 15 milliliter and they're $4.99, $5.99 for some of the specialty flavors they do. Huge difference. That's why I get as much as I can offline, and I use the store for emergency. I'm running low on something, a head burned out, I need another one. I can just head down the street and take care of it. So basically it's kind of where you want to start and what you want to do. Take the time, chat some people up in the vaping community. They're really friendly and really helpful. Almost all of them are ex-smokers, just like we are, and they're more than happy to give advice and to help out. Also, don't be turned off by this, but there is so much information out there and so many different options. This is just one particular option. It works really well for me. I can fill up one of these tanks and it'll last me all day at work. That's absolutely perfect. There are other options you can do for different things. I'm not even going to attempt to get into them. And there's so much information out there, it can become extremely overwhelming, and it can turn you off real fast from even wanting to deal with this. So try not to go that route. If you get confused, just step back a little bit, ask questions. I'm happy to answer anything I possibly can. This company that I did the little video for yesterday, it's Mount Baker Vapor. They mainly are into their juices, but they also do carry batteries and they carry starter kits and stuff like that. They just don't have a huge selection like some of the other sites do. If anyone is interested in dealing with these people, and like I said, they're awesome people. That right there is a coupon code that's going to get you 10% off your entire order. So feel free to use that. It's, they sent me, I don't know, 6 or 7 of these business cards to pass on to friends and everything. So that coupon code will work for you. That's pretty much about all I have. I love the Joyetech Ego C Twist batteries. They're really good batteries, and you know, for 25 bucks, 30 bucks at the most, I don't think you can beat it personally. I mean, they're really good batteries, and they work absolutely flawlessly for me. And like I said, I really like the Kanger EVOD tanks. The head is in the bottom of them, so you're always getting a good hit. There's a lot of other tanks where the heads are at the top and then they have wicks that hang down the sides. That just, I don't know, people like them, they don't like them, whatever. My, you know, I think one at the bottom just makes more sense to me. It's always wet. You're always gonna be able to take a drag on it, and that's pretty much it. You know, again, these things aren't that big. I don't have something to compare to. Let's see. Most of you guys know what a Rat Ontario Rat 1 is. Okay, there you go. Just a little bit longer than the Rat 1. You know. So not that long, not that big around. Slips in the pocket, purse, whatever, nice and simple, nice and easy. Another great feature about these batteries, 2, 3, 4, 5. You click this 5 times within a second and a half, and it shuts the battery off. It will not fire right now, and that's an awesome thing when it's in your pocket, your purse, your bag, whatever. That way your battery's not going off and burning up your coils and, you know, wasting your battery. 5 more times, turns it back on, and you're good to go. So, you know, if there's anything else I can answer, please let me know, folks. Don't hesitate to ask questions. I'll share anything I can with you. Okay, I hope that helps everybody. Take care.